Hello everyone, I'm Jules, the founder of Stream State Info Agency, and today we're going to be running through Iman Ghadzi's Make Money 3.0 challenge that he's now doing it in 2026. Before we get started, this is part one. We're going to be doing a part two, which is a complete funnel breakdown where we go through from start to finish, from getting eyeballs onto this 5-day challenge to the pre-call sequence, to the post-call sequence, to getting people on the call, to then basically sign them as a client, getting them on the coaching program. The things that we're going to be going through in this video is who Iman Ghadzi is, what is his Make Money challenge, and why is he using a webinar for this challenge to get as much revenue as possible with it. So we're going to be running through all of this here, and first we're going to go through who is Iman Ghadzi. So for the people who don't know who he is, Iman Ghadzi is massive in the info product space, and he has been for a while now. He's the co-owner of WAP, a company that has just touched over 2 billion GMV, so it's a pretty big company. In terms of his story, he was a high school dropout at 17. He went all in on his business, which was a digital marketing agency called IAG Media, and seen rapid success whilst documenting the whole journey. Now, I've highlighted documenting the whole journey because there's some key benefits which he has now been able to experience and reap the rewards of from filming over 10 to 11 years of content. So first things first, what's it done? Well, it's built huge trust as they can look through his YouTube over the last 10 to 11 years and see all of his content. And I'm talking content from when he had no clients, to when he was making 10 grand a month, to when he was making 100k a month, to now obviously tens of $1 million per month supposedly. So yeah, you can go through and you can see all of it, and you can even go through and see when he made his first digital info product, which was a coaching program for fitness, I believe, getting into better shape. So he's always kind of been interested in the space, and obviously now he's absolutely massive. He's considered an expert in the space. Through documenting also, another key benefit is that his audience now feel like they are part of the journey, and they have done from the very start. So when he first started his digital marketing agency, filming his sales calls, his outreach, then his inbound that he was getting from his personal brand, it makes the audience feel like they're part of that journey. It makes them feel like it's their business too almost. And through using all of this makes the audience feel like reaching Iman's level is much more achievable, as they can go and see his whole process. They can see how he done it from start to finish. And obviously he's not even at the finish line now, he's only just getting started, it seems. So they can go back, they can watch all that, and that builds a massive trust as a viewer. Now, from that stack of content, he positions himself as an authority figure, where he does videos, for example, going in private jets, in Rolls Royces. He positions himself as someone who's really an expert in the space, has made a lot of money from the space. He records videos on, for example, like this Make Money challenge, where he shows, I've done it, now I'm going to teach you how to do it. He's going to break it down, he's going to help you to get to the level where he is, or at least to where he was at some point along his journey. Now, through all these things, the audience are quickly turning from cold to warmer. Having such a big collection of content really helps to build trust in his skills, in his expertise, and it really helps him get people to his coaching programs, helps people to be inspired by what he does and want to work with him. So as you can see, scaled his marketing agency massively, becoming a self-made millionaire at 19. Like I said, it's all documented. He then transitioned from a service provider, which was obviously his digital marketing agency, providing Facebook ads, Instagram ads, etc., and he became an info product mogul by launching Grow Your Agency and Educate.io, platforms that sell courses on high-income skills like marketing and copywriting. So he went from kind of doing it himself to then, alongside that, teaching others how to do it. And that's an example of an info product. Now, what is this Make Money challenge that he's doing? Well, it's a 5-day live virtual event, which is actually a webinar. I don't know whether it says, from what I've seen, at no point he said it's a webinar, but by virtual live event, it's a webinar, okay, where he'll be teaching people how to make $373 per day through the creation of digital products using AI. Now, like I said, he's an absolute expert in this field, and with the rise of AI, using AI will definitely help to get more people on board with this. It says here, you will help people to do this completely faceless and no experience needed, and we'll get into why that's so key over in this section. But as you can see, also he's advertised this course by showing some earnings from the previous Make Money challenges that he's doing. So as you can see, 500 grand in track sales, 17k and 16k, and these are just some of them. When I was going to the website, there was a a lot of people who made this amount of money and more. So there's definitely some good results here, and obviously, of course, he's going to use these to get more people on board with what he's doing and want to work with him. So why a webinar? Okay, well, I've wrote down a few key reasons here. There's many more, but this is why I'm so bullish on webinars, because I believe they are fantastic methods to scale your offer. Okay, so first of all, they're amazing for building trust. Now, this is a fact. Typically, coaches, not just Iman, will break down the offer so well, will make the method seem so simple and a no-brainer that even a 5-year-old could understand it. And obviously Iman's got a lot of experience through running businesses and being great at sales. He will break this down extremely well, and he will make it seem like it's an absolute no-brainer to purchase this offer. He will effectively make a gap between where you are right now as the audience and the desired outcome, and he will then offer the bridge between that gap, which will be his offer. Now, by making the offer and making the method so simple and such a no-brainer, it'll increase the audience perception of £373 or dollars per day, also known as around 11 grand per month, as achievable. Now, if it's achievable, more likely people are going to want to work with him. That's goes without saying, and of course purchase his offer. Now, secondly, it's great for establishing himself as an authority figure. Now, how? Well, on the webinar, typically how I will structure webinars is, for the main part of the webinar, you'll be given value. So that will be teaching your methods, showing your tips, your tricks, your skill. And by doing this, you're effectively positioning yourself as an expert and trustworthy. Now, in an economy where trust is at the absolute lowest point because of how many coaches there is, how big social media is, it's so important to be trustworthy. And I say this to all coaches because if you can position yourself as not only an expert, but trustworthy, you are going to get more people to work with. That's a fact. People want to work with people who they trust. You want to almost know they're going to get to that outcome. And so showing yourself as an expert, like, once again, it will make you want to work with this person, will make you want to work with Iman in this case. Now, another benefit of webinars is it gives Iman great leverage. So effectively, rather than doing one-to-one calls with all leads that he may get through filling a type form via YouTube, whatever it may be, instead of doing this, he can advertise at one big virtual event like he has done, and he can effectively get loads of people to one big room and present in front of them all. Because that's what this is. He is selling to a big audience. He's got many eyeballs on one person. It only takes a couple of hours, and he will get thousands and thousands of people to see his offer, to see his methods, and to see his expertise. And this is massive because it's a great way to turn an audience from cold to warm to hot quickly. If you think about it, he can effectively having someone who is completely problem aware, or maybe even unaware, and I'll talk about that in another video, the awareness levels. You can have someone who is effectively unaware, to then understanding that there's a solution to the problem, to understanding that they can get there, to understanding that Iman's going to be the one to help them get there. So we can turn leads to hot and sell on them. You can upsell them to expensive coaching programs very quickly and very easily. I want to say very quickly over the course of the webinar. Now, my final benefit here is he will destroy and overcome limiting beliefs. Now, if you don't know what limiting beliefs are, these are the beliefs that a person has that make something they desire seem unachievable or impossible. Now, what could these beliefs be caused by? Well, like I said about the trust deficit in the market, it could be caused by failed previous experience. For example, the last coach's offer they work with didn't work. So why would this person's offer help or be any different? Another one is that the goal is unrealistic to them and that they themselves are not qualified enough. Well, how does Iman handle that objection? Straight away, he says that there is absolutely no experience needed. So we can really help to overcome certain hurdles just through his typical wording on adverts, on landing pages, etc. Finally, social mirroring. If a person's immediate friend group or family have certain opinions on methods or goals, then that opinion may be projected on the person. Okay, so there's 3 reasons as to why people may have limiting beliefs. And how will a webinar help to overcome these beliefs? Well, it will give so much value and break the methods down so well that 99% of any lurking objections in the audience's mind will be handled throughout the call before a Q&A. Now, I've added that here at the end I would recommend a Q&A at the end of the call to ensure any remaining objections are handled. And this can be key. And once again, in how I'd structure a webinar, I'd always do a Q&A at the end, because you don't want to leave no stone unturned. You don't actually have to take random questions off random viewers. You can structure it so that you have planned for someone to come and ask you certain questions that you already have planned answers to, and you can answer it to the best of your ability. And that is how most coaches work. So now you understand who Iman Ghadzi is, what's his challenge, and why he's using a webinar to make, as much revenue from this challenge as possible. At the end of the day, he is doing this because although he's going to be teaching people and giving value, he is going to be selling some form of coaching program from this. So I hope this will give a much better understanding as to why he's doing what he's doing, the way he's doing it through webinar. Obviously, there's many different ways to go about getting people onto a course or onto a coaching program or selling an info product, but he's gone for a webinar. I think it's a very wise choice in this instance. So I hope you've understood well what I've spoken about. Like I said, I'll be doing a part 2 where I break his funnel down on how he's getting people onto the call, and that includes the pre-call sequence, the post-call sequence, everything. So if you like this video, if you like this style of content, and obviously it's a marable form, then leave a like on the video, comment, whatever, subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.